Hello, mainly to those out there working a regular job. AI haven't taken over the world yet, and the robots and all this artificial intelligence. There's some of us still out here working a regular job. I love talking about the workplace environment because that's where I've been for many, many years, and I know a little bit about it, right? So in this video, I want to talk about a word. I'll tell you the word after I read the definition for it. Did I write the definition for it? Oh man, I didn't. I wrote scenarios about it. So anyway, I'm going to talk about, give the definition of relationships. I was supposed to have the definition of gaslighting here, but when I started researching a little bit about that, it was just like going in. And then the third thing is, why is it important to recognize that these behaviors in people we deal with, why is it important to recognize these behaviors that we deal with these type of people on a regular basis in the work environment? Originally when I started writing about the workplace environment, I was trying to relate it to the personalities, like with the DISC assessment and the Myers-Briggs personality assessment, and like saying, even though a lot of people, some people don't agree with that, it plays a big part when you know people's personalities and in the work environment, and that helps to navigate through some of the toxicity in the work environment, etc. So this one is video mainly going to be about gaslighting in the work environment, and it's good to know, just like in all relationships, right? So that's why I have here the definition of a relationship. In all relationships, you can pretty much see the same type of behaviors across intimate relationships, business relationships, work relationships, family relationships, whatever. They kind of coincide with one another, and I think there's some type of psychology behind that. I'm not experienced to talk about that, and I can only share my experiences, share what I've learned and what I've come across. And so talking about relationships, because in the workplace environment, that's what it is, a relationship. So it says here, a relationship is a connection between two or more people in the ways in which they behave amongst each other, including blood, family, friendships, intimate partners, professional, neighbors, any other interpersonal connections. And all that, when saying all that, it involves the good, that's what I always say, the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? In every relationship, I see the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I cannot talk about any of this stuff without looking at my faults as well. So when I was going through looking about this gaslighting and different examples of gaslighting, so you can recognize them in the work area, which will help you, because you get some people get so stressed out in the work area, ready to quit prematurely when they're not ready to quit. You know what I'm saying? It's just like people pushing them out and aggravating them to the point of like, oh my goodness. And so when I was looking at some of these examples, I was like, oh shoot, I've done gaslighting before. Like with my kids would tell me, no, you need to listen and you need to like not change. You need to listen and you need to not change the topic because this is important to me and I need you to hear me out. And me, I'm like, change the topic, please change the topic, because the conversation gets uncomfortable, and I don't know how to answer their questions or on a particular topic, or just wasn't ready to open up to the communication style. And so this was an eye-opener for me as well, and I'll be talking about that in a minute. Oh, before I forget, I was thinking about when I said I must look at myself and what I do as far as what bad behaviors I have personally before I can talk about it as a whole. And when I say that I have done these things before, the things that they list as far as examples of gaslighting, and it made me think. I was driving and I was thinking, but there's something else to it. I think what else I can add to that, or what else might be an issue with that, is when those that are evil, nasty, wicked, conniving, enjoy hurting other people, when they use it, that's when it becomes a problem. And in this case, that is a problem in the work environment. And so when I say they use these examples of, I'll give later examples of gaslighting, is different than when people use it and they are not aware of what they're doing. They have not done work on themselves which is what I'm trying to do, is trying to just be better, be a better person to myself and to those that are around me. And so when you have those that do stuff like this intentionally, and they don't want to change, they do it intentionally because their main motive is to hurt other people regardless. That's why that saying, hurt people, no, it's deeper than that. Because some people can be hurt and hurt people, but once it's pointed out to them, they apologize or they make amends for what they have done wrong. And a true nasty ass, evil, wicked, vindictive, hateful, murderous person, they do these things, but it's a difference. I don't know how to explain it. It's a big difference. Okay, so I'm gonna finish the video I started yesterday, and it's about gaslighting in the workplace environment. I talked about relationships because the workplace is a form of relationship as well, and this can happen throughout all the characteristics of different relationships: family relationships, work relationships, neighbor relationships, intimate relationships, blah 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 blah. But I'm talking about the workplace environment. And so today I'll start with some of the things people may say or do that is considered gaslighting. This thing always falls on me. Better. Okay, sorry. Some of the things people may say or do that is considered gaslighting, which involves manipulative behaviors to make someone doubt what is happening to them, make them feel like they're crazy, so they will deny the reality of what you are saying by saying things like, that never happened, when you know damn well they left the gas of the stove on with no fire going, or they know damn well they removed the paperwork you put in the outbox in the workplace environment. But they, if you approach them, they're going to make you seem like you crazy because you're like, I know they did this. I know it for a fact. So they'll say things like, you're making things up. When you call them out on things, someone else in the work environment has witnessed them doing this. And then they become belligerent. They really, really start going in on you, attacking you for approaching them about something that they did that you called them out on. Another thing they'll do in the workplace environment is withhold information. This way you become confused as to how to do something new on the job. And they know the solution to the problem, but they get a kick out of you not knowing, waiting for you to fuck up. No, for real. Waiting for you to fail and make a wrong move. When they had the information to the new policy, to the new procedure, to the new solution to the problem all the time, right? That's when, you get in certain work environments, you like the communication is lacking. Everyone don't get the same information. Only some people get it depending on how it's given. All work environments are different. Another one is you don't need to know it. They'll say you don't need to know about that when it's something that can help you solve a problem on your job. And they get mad at you because you have other sources you can go to get the information. Or you have taken it upon yourself to learn so much that you do not have to come to them for answers. Ooh. That's a big one. Learn. It's a good idea to learn everything you can about your job so you don't have to depend on these people. There are people that will help you, but when you get these type of people, you'll know who they are when you learn who they are, and then you'll go to those that are more willing to help you get through something, and get to the point of they're not going to stop you. Another thing they'll do is twisting the truth. Twisting the truth is a biggie. To distort facts by making other people question their initial actions. This is why when you identify this type of personality you work with, it's important to start a log. A log, date, time, and who was around you. For later, if there's ever any investigations. Because that's what they look at, the date, the time. Got any witnesses? So every single instance is because they will definitely say you remembered this wrong, but then you have your little notepad thing, or you put it in your U drive or somewhere. Always keep your documentation. You may thinking that sometime you may never need it, and hopefully you never need it, but if you ever do, it's hard to recall everything, especially when you're the person involved and you have you're so stressed out about it, and it's hard to communicate it, and because you're so mad and just trying to get it out when you're talking to the union, talking to EEO, talking to whoever you go to investigate certain problems about bad situations. They'll do blame shifting. This is all your problem. If you would have just kept your mouth closed, management would not be all over this. So now you're feeling like, damn, I should have kept my mouth closed. If I wouldn't have said nothing, they won't be mad. They wouldn't have been mad at me, or there's that retaliation thing. They wouldn't be retaliating against me. Another one is projecting. Just like in intimate relationships, if you identify a partner cheating, for example, and what do they say? They now monitor your every move with what you call them out on to be doing, which is cheating. Some in the workplace, so what I meant by that is, like, say for example, you caught them cheating, look through their phone, and however you catch cheating, right? And then they start looking at you. So you're just going to work and it's like, you're cheating. You're the one cheating. You got home 2 minutes late, or you got home, you're leaving for work 3 minutes early. You're cheating. They'll throw it back on you and project whatever you're saying to them back on you. So whatever you call them out on, they will gather their flying monkeys and say, see, look at what they're doing, and you could just be walking by. But you best believe the very thing you call them out on is now the picture they will try to paint that you are doing. Another thing is the all too familiar, you're too sensitive. Lighten up. So they can dismiss your emotions and downplay what you are concerned about because it's beneath them. Go again with that. This holder. Beneath them, or too painful for them to face. Like, let's talk about something else. I mentioned that earlier. I've done that before. Another one is intentionally creating chaos. Always talking bad about other people and turn around and say, I never said that. So these are important things to address. There's a lot more I would like to go to. There's a gaslighting program. It would be quite interesting. So some possible solutions to think about, and you can gather your own, is how to. Okay, as I was saying, is how to stop gaslighting. It starts with, I have here, self-awareness and knowing if you have empathy for yourself and others, that those that you surround yourself with have a sense of empathy. To also stop gaslighting, there must be communication, which does not mean to beat yourself up trying to get people to understand you. Any ideas you present or understanding critical situations at hand. If you cannot communicate with a difficult person that is constantly twisting your words, throwing their hands up, yelling, having a hissy fit, it's then time to understand this is not the type of behavior that will be these types of behaviors that are committed to misunderstanding you and will be at that moment or eventually find ways to attack your character and worse. Worse in the workplace environment. It's not good. So you want to realize those type of behaviors. I say my communication tactic at this moment, take what you can take. State your case firmly. State boldly what you will allow and what you will not tolerate. Cool and calm as possible. Know your people. Know your audience. Acknowledge to yourself when you have identified someone that lives by gaslighting behaviors. Will make it easier on how you conduct yourself in the future around them. Other ways to avoid gaslighting is when it says to put yourself in other people's shoes and try to understand where they are coming from. Now, there can be so much playing devil's advocate. I had to think about that one for this type of person. There can be a slippery slope where you can get into a toxic positivity situation protecting this type of person. You will know by seeing, feeling, hearing on a daily basis if this person that is truly not aware of their behaviors, or someone that is stubborn to the point it makes them feel good and satisfied to hurt other people. You'll notice they'll get a kick out of when they can make other people squirm, and the satisfaction they get out of controlling others by yelling and any other means of any other thing that's necessary to them. Another way to avoid gaslighting is listen actively, which is practicing listening without dismissing or belittling the other person's experiences or emotions. Try to show that you are truly interested in what they have to say. Again, if this is the manipulator, you are trying to do this with just keep in mind so you don't lose your mind. Don't go deep. Smile, but don't go deep. Deep. The D is for defend. The E is for explain. Don't defend, explain, engage. Don't defend, explain, engage, or personalize. Deep. That's what I had to learn. And it helps. It really helps. It takes time, it takes practice, but it helps. Don't go deep. Just smile. And in your brain, you're saying, I'm not going to engage with this crap. Again, if this is the manipulator, you are trying to do this with just, I said that part already. The next one to avoid gaslighting is to validate their feelings, it says. Like your feelings and emotions are valid and should not be dismissed, even if you don't agree with them or their way of thinking about the situation. Try to always stop minimizing the other person's experiences, because you personally could never see yourself or have never been through what they are describing. Or you have other ideas in your head that if you were in their situation, how you would have handled it. We do people a disservice by thinking and doing that often. That's not what is important right now displayed in front of you. It's the person in front of you, not you, that matter at this particular moment. Dismissing their emotions and feelings can be a gaslighting contribution. I got here also, true, authentic people apologize when there's a misunderstanding and sincerely take responsibility for their actions. Another way to stop gaslighting is by educating self on gaslighting behaviors and how it can negatively impact children, adults, co-workers, etc. This can help avoid us engaging in manipulative tactics and practices. For those that are interested. Creating a space where people can talk openly about their feelings, expressing in a safe environment before, during, and after professional therapy without the fear of being gaslighted, manipulated, or told to shut the heck up and don't talk about it. On a regular, it is considered healthy to always reflect on our own behaviors and communication styles by getting quiet and reflecting on what will make us as individuals feel better without intentionally or non-intentionally hurting others. To stop gaslighting in its tracks requires a lot of effort and consistency once recognized for better communication. What a journey to walk. But understanding can be beautiful.